だけど頼りない翼でもきっと飛べるさ Oh my
Hello everyone, and welcome to a special episode of LostinTranslationmon, where we're going to be talking about the Try Chapter 2 PV2 that came out this morning, and we talk about the first few minutes of Try Chapter 2 that also came out this morning. I'm May.
And I'm Jay.
So this episode won't have any structure like our usual episodes do. It'll basically be us talking about first the PV and then second the first few minutes that we saw. And we're basically going to be talking about like what we saw, what we hope will happen, what we don't hope will happen, what we like, theories, stuff like that. So what did you take away from the PV?
So there's a lot of disconnected images, as these things tend to be, just to sort of hype you up, but generally don't make any sense. So you can't really draw inferences from those. Like there's a dragon thing that shoots a big pink ball. That's fairly irrelevant. I think we can quite well conclude that that's not Tai in the... Oh no, but that's in the first few minutes.
Yeah, the Kaiser. Well, we saw that he has blue hair.
Yeah, so that's really weird.
So it's either Joe, Daigo, or Ken.
Actually, I think it's Ken.
Yeah, it's probably Ken. Like, we don't know what he looks like as a grown-up.
So I stand thoroughly corrected, I guess.
Who did you say it was again?
I thought it was Tai.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it made a lot of... I thought it would be really interesting. And whatever. I guess they're doing it this way.
I would like to see other people go evil, but I guess Ken's evil.
It's weird
again?
that the glasses are a different shape.
We've got new ones.
Yeah, I know, but the glasses that he had were based on his brother. So...
Now they're based on Tai, I guess.
No, those would be goggles. Big evil goggles with the weird symbol in the middle for no reason.
That'd be beautiful.
No, it wouldn't. That'd be terrible. Because he'd be the leader.
I'd like an evil leader.
No.
And it's also probably not Daisuke then if it has blue hair, because I saw a lot of people also saying that it's Daisuke that's evil.
That would be the most interesting outcome, I think. But yeah, it's not happening. He's got blue hair.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't remember a lot of the stuff in PV,
we saw
actually.
Ogumon...
Being really evil?
Well, was that in the minute?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm really getting confused.
it's-
Because I primarily remember the 6 minutes, because it had more structure to it.
Yeah.
I do remember that Gomon shows up and is eating with Tentamon. It's very cute.
Yeah, that is very cute.
I know that Joe looks really sad.
And Joe's calling out for Gomon a lot, and then we see Gomon warp evolve to Vikemon.
Yeah, just I think in different orders. There's a bit with like Joe standing in the rain with a backpack and walks away, and it gives this impression of like his life's really stressful and he's walking away from being a Digidestin or something. That's what I read out of it. But there's no way that can happen because if Ikemon evolves, and that's probably concludes that end of the story, and he's back and fine.
Well, you know that the habit with Japanese media is that they will gladly spoil something that happens in the end because the viewers are much more concerned with how it gets there rather than what happens.
The journey rather than the destination. Yeah. Don't they know that the destination's the whole point?
So the journey is obviously it's called decision or determination depending on how you read it. So it could be his decision to be a chosen, whether is it a decision, or could it be his determination as a chosen?
His pants are full of determination.
He's Frisk.
Exactly, obviously. Let's see.
We also see Tai and Yamato probably having another argument of some kind.
You know what? I've really missed that. It's like, it's never really... Actually, no, it's unique. It's never happened before. We've never seen Matt get unreasonably angry and then threaten people with violence. That's unheard of. I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
We also see somebody trying to put their arm around Meiko and not to strangle her.
Well, I think that with the beginning of the 6 minutes or whatever it was, we can fairly well conclude that Meiko is fine and not evil. She's because we get to see her in a private moment.
We'll talk about that in the 6 minute.
Are we not just jumping around between the two? Because I don't remember what was in what.
But some people don't want to listen to what happens in the few minutes, but they want to hear what's in the PV.
All right. I mean, it's 5 minutes out of 2.5 hours or whatever. No, an hour and a half. An hour and a half?
Yeah, probably about 90 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else happened was, maybe there's some relationship with one of the chosen and Meiko. Meiko, that's her name. I get her confused with her Digimon. People are saying that it's Taichi, but I can't see that. I can see it's more Takeru than Taichi because we've seen some promotional images where they're at like an ice cream or cake shop and Takeru is helping like Meiko eat, and Kari just giving her the look like, yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I'm much more lean towards the possibility that the Digimon is evil, or in some way something's going on, but she's fine.
Well, she's infected. Like, we have seen that she has that infection thing, and that's why Alphamon was after her.
Also, this might not be evil at all. It might just be like they're both good, but there's an infection, and she might be aware of it.
Yeah.
Which makes her like nervous and stuff.
So, she may just be sick.
Yeah. So it might not have any evil intention, even if it has probably a bad result.
We also see more of Huckmon.
I don't know what that one is.
It's that little thing, the little white thing with like the red scarf. The dragon thing we keep on seeing randomly.
Sure. I forget it because it has no impact on the story whatsoever.
Yeah, but we've seen it in a few flashes, and we've also saw it in the last PV, but I don't think we spoke about it.
When its scarf had like anti-gravity, it just kind of sits there.
So, and I think that they made a meow noise or something very similar and very cutesy. So I have no idea.
There was a really, really cute thing of Mekumon.
Which one?
There was just like it's a full shot of its face, and then it like. It had it blushes or smiles or something.
Yeah,
I was like, it's super adorable.
Yeah.
Clearly it's evil.
Yeah, clearly. Other people also seem to think that Meiko is Joe's secret girlfriend.
I feel like wouldn't he have recognized her?
Maybe he was keeping it secret.
No, because like he sees her during the fight, and wouldn't he be like, "Oh, Meiko, and then I don't think in a fight situation he has the self-control to not have a reaction that's protective.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like he would have told the rest of the team, also, by the way, my girlfriend is a Digimon. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
And finally, did he indicate that she was in Tokyo? I felt like he said that she was elsewhere.
I don't think he said.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think that it's probably Takeru's new love interest.
It's entirely possible.
Because he said that he's interested in someone, and maybe that's why she was sort of flustered. And
wait, when did he say that?
When he was saying, "I want to invite a girl to the band," and Kari says, "A girlfriend?" And he's like, "Oh no, it's not like that." And Kari goes, "I bet."
But they hadn't met her at the time.
I think Takeru might have.
How? When?
I don't know.
Just off screen?
But the point is, someone is hugging her, and she's blushing in the PV.
Okay.
It could be Takeru, it could be Taichi, it could be Joe, it could be
Mimi.
Yamato, I guess. Mimi, yes, definitely. She would, though. You know what? It's probably just one of the girls hugging them, because that's just what... It's probably Mimi hugging
Because
her.
Japan?
No, because Mimi's, just will hug anyone. Also, I would really like to see where my Miyako is now, please.
She's dead. Didn't she die at the beginning of the first one?
Well, Ken clearly didn't.
He killed them.
What if they all became evil? And that's what was happening.
What, they're falling down, though?
Yeah, but what if, they collapse and they become evil? They get...
A full evil team to fight the old team?
Yes.
But then TK and Kai would have become evil, too.
Yeah, but what if they're... Well, the reason they were falling down is they were attacked by the Dark Spores, and the Dark Spores are back, and then they all become Kaisers.
They can't... No, that doesn't make any sense.
The three of them are the Digimon Trizers, because there's three of them.
It's very clear that
That's what Tri means. 3 kids. Tri.
No, stop that. The thing about... Also, there's 4 kids because of Ken.
Oh my god, I forgot about... No, I forgot about Iori.
What? No, it'd be Daisuke, Yoli... Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about Iori. I forgot about Iori.
The Dark Spore, or whatever it is, when I think about it, and when we consider the end of O2, the end of the last bit we watched in O2, it doesn't actually make you evil. It makes you more susceptible to thinking in evil ways, because once he realizes the truth, he didn't lose Dark Soul, but he became reasonable again, because it blinded him to stuff.
I can't really say much, but you're wrong, and you'll find out why you're wrong later.
Get out of my face!
The Dark Seed is not over. It is still in Ken.
No, I know that. I'm saying but it didn't fully make him evil. It made him blind to stuff, and I can say that because it never went away.
I think it made him an evil genius.
Oh, you think he wasn't smart or anything beforehand?
No.
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Well, I guess I can't say too much about what happens. But yeah, so little cute shots with the Digimon. I like that, and then Joe's shouting out for Gomon, which I like. Not many shots of.
I can't remember if EK is come back, or if it's let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's always let's go, let's rush into battle.
Right, yeah, because the one I always think of is Ikuzo.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
I know that, but
yeah,
I forget. Because, I don't know Japanese.
Because Daisuke goes, Flederman, EK! And that's when he goes, Fire Nakuru!
Okay.
I get really excited shouting Digimon words. But, yeah. See, one day I will get good at Japanese and I'll just shout things.
Extreme Jihad.
Yeah, that's an attack. So, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, so he clearly gets into the battle at some point. Like, he gets...
Vikemon evolves.
Yeah. But we don't see much of Rosemon in this thing, but we do see Lilymon.
We know they exist. We know they end up in the weird, like, black digital world. It's just the void.
Yeah, maybe they're going to revisit the Dark Ocean?
No.
That was the most interesting.
Wait, do you mean the whirlpool, or do you mean the one with Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
Okay, that's not happening.
Aww. I just want
And they're not
Cthulhu.
revisiting it because, like, Tai and stuff never knew it existed.
I'm pretty sure Hikari would have told.
Hikari fought the Dark Masters and did not tell her new friends who were all Digidestined for like a year.
Okay, it was like half a year, but I see your point.
It's like the most formative experience she's ever had in her entire life, and it is perfectly relevant to everything they were doing, and she didn't mention it.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd mentioned the one time they saw Cthulhu in the middle of a day.
We also get Mimi and Koshiro.
Also, they never saw Cthulhu.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, we see Mimi and Koshiro talking about something.
About fashion, and Koshiro's like, I found this cool fashion. His name is Harry Potter. It's my favorite designer.
If that's canon.
That'd be cool. I would like that.
Mimi's such a Hufflepuff.
What?
Mimi's a Hufflepuff.
No, she's a Gryffindor. What are you talking about?
Oh, excuse you.
Yes?
She's a Hufflepuff. She's loyal and hardworking and is cool. And I
So
like
she's
her.
not brave? She's not heroic in any way?
Remember the time like she cried because she didn't want anyone else to die?
Yeah, and then she went and she organized an entire, like, army of toads.
Yeah, but I don't think like it's not her strongest fact. Sora is a Gryffindor.
That's fair.
Tai is obviously a Gryffindor. Yamato is Slytherin. Koshiro and Joe are so Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Hikari is probably Gryffindor.
Hikari is the headmaster.
No, she's McGonagall.
No, she gets a sorting hat, and the sorting hat just, like, goes, why are you the new headmaster of the school? And she's like, I don't know, Crystal Light, I guess.
But, and Takaru is... I can't tell if he'd be Gryffindor or Hufflepuff. I feel like the Puffs need
Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff, so I guess that means TK would be as well, because I feel like they're similar.
Ken Slytherin. Well, as the Kaiser Slytherin. Daisuke Gryffindor. Iori Hufflepuff. He'll be Huffleclaw. Huffleclaw.
Ravenpuff.
Miyako probably Ravenclaw, but not in the dub.
Oh my god, she's so terrible.
Everybody's Hufflepuff in the dub, except for Taichi. Yep, we got a bit off traffic. There's traffic.
Off traffic.
It's past midnight, and I just did 40,000 steps.
Just now.
Just
for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm kind of dead. So, yeah, we see more Maki and Daigo talking about...
Who's Maki?
Maki.
Who?
The brown-haired...
Oh, yeah, the characters who don't have Digimon. So the worthless ones.
Yep, and they're... I mean, I didn't watch the subbed version. I'm not even sure if a subbed version's out. So I just had my limited Japanese, but I think they're just talking about, like, the children and how they feel and their feelings and if they actually want to do what they're doing.
Keep in mind that is significantly more Japanese than I know.
Yeah, it's basically picking up words, and I think I heard the word kimochi, which means feelings, but I could be wrong.
My favorite
it was also
one
hours ago.
My favorite one is the word I caught in the first 5 minutes when I was watching that. I caught like one word.
Was it yay?
It was onsen.
Okay.
So I guess that's happening in this episode, maybe.
And before we jump into the first 5 minutes, the PV also ends with Takaru yelling out Patamon, and this is again for the 3rd chapter.
Yeah, it's not worth commenting. We already talked about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So on to the first few minutes. We get, the kids are getting ready. It's really cute.
And it shows Mako, she's totally alone, and she's being, sweet and normal, and as a result of that, it's really difficult to draw the conclusion that she's evil. Because you look at the Kaiser, and he's always doing evil stuff. And even when he was, alone at home, and, he would just say evil things, and be doing evil stuff on his computer, or being weird around people... In the most normal context where he's getting interviewed on TV, he was still evil. Mm-hmm. Whereas with her, she's looking at clothes, she's being cute, she's got a cat, and I don't know, the cat's being cute too, I guess. And
the cat's asleep. The cat wants to go back to bed. The cat is you.
The cat is a cat. I don't see her being anything other than completely honest, which I'm not sure makes her that interesting, but I guess we'll find out.
I still hope that Mekomon evolves into Lady Devimon, because I think she's a rival for Hikari. I think she's meant to be like an anti-Hikari because she has a cat Digimon who we know straight away is adult, and that's the form that they stay in.
The problem with Lady Devimon, I think, is that Digimon has too much personality that is based on like exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That like you can't have it de-evolve to something different and have it act completely different. It has to basically have an entire history of being that, which is like Angelwoman feels really weird because of that. Because Gardamon is in no way the same character, whereas like Agumon to Greymon is. It's just bigger and more aggressive, I guess.
And Gabumon to Garurumon's kind of the same sort of thing.
Yeah, but if you did put it to Lady Devimon, it'd be like you couldn't. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't. It wouldn't make sense as an evolution
Well,
line.
it's better than Blacktailmon.
Evolution lines are stupid, but what the hell is that?
Exactly what it says on the tin.
So it's just Tailmon but black.
Evolves into Lady Devimon.
Oh, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, sure, why not? Wouldn't
The
it be Devimon?
That sounds...
It's the
a
same
lot
thing.
better, but I think it's Lady Devimon. Milady.
Like, wouldn't it just be Lady Angemon, I guess?
Langymon.
Lady Angemon?
Yeah, that sounds fine. But, so yeah, they're all getting ready to go somewhere, and then we see that Daigo and Maki are in a car, and they're talking, they say something
I skipped straight through it because, like, I knew they were in a car, then I skipped a bit, and they were still in a car, so I just like, okay. Well.
And then they said onsen.
Yeah, they did. So I guess that's where they're going, or he's probably inviting her to one, because that seems like the kind of character he is.
Because everybody wants Maki.
That's a terrible sitcom name. Awful.
Then we see that Taichi and Hikari are home. I think Hikari's having a go at Taichi for not being faster or not eating his breakfast or something. I don't know.
And
as I said, Japanese not great.
Their Digimon are being really, really cute.
That's because they're always cute.
No, but like they're eating and it's adorable.
Yeah, so the point of Try, I believe, is just to show how many cute things the Digimon can do. Speaking of which, Mimi comes in wearing her adventure outfit, basically.
But her hat's different and crap.
Well, obviously she would have to get different clothes.
No, but she could have a much... Like, her hat was always too big anyway.
Yeah.
But, like, this one's more of a... like.
It's a straight-up reference.
Yeah, pink hats do that.
And it's really cute. I really like it. See, I told you I said that a lot.
You do.
Yeah. Anyway, then we have this cute bit where she's like, Mimi's talking and she's waving her hands around, and Palmon's like following her hand movements, like with her own
I don't remember that.
It's so cute, but she's like, because like she's moving in the opposite direction. Like Mimi will point left, Palmon will point right at the same time. So it's like, it's so cute.
I'll have to watch that again.
It's so cute. I just put.
Well, no, we'll watch it again when the thing comes out.
Yep, I'll make you, and then we'll watch it when the Blu-ray arrives. And
I'm not watching it a second time.
I'll watch it a second time just to
You
look at
can't
the
make
pretty
me.
and try to like pick up basically like one word every like 2 sentences or something.
Is Digimon more popular now or when the movie came out that we watched for the last episode?
I think it's gradually getting more and more popular as like more people.
So you think it has a bigger following now than it did then?
Then, as in for chapter 1.
For the movie we watched.
Oh, the movie. I think it's got a different audience because the audience people who used to watch it.
From a perspective of franchise success, do you think it is doing better now, or do you think it was doing better then?
Oh, it's doing much better now because now instead of kids saying, "Mum, can you buy me this toy?" adults are saying, "I have a full-time job and a disposable income. I'm going to spend thousands of dollars a month on all these pre-orders."
So that makes a lot of sense then that these movies, I guess, clearly have way, way, way bigger budgets than the old movie did.
Oh, I'm like 100% because they released in the bits leading up to the announcement of Try and then the release of Try, they released suddenly like a lot of merchandise. They re-released some Digivices, like the original Digivices, and then they released another one, and then they started to release more things. Then they announced that they were making a new season, and they released all this stuff, and just people were just buying it. That they were releasing keychains with just characters on them, and people were just buying them. They were releasing figures. People were buying them, like they have that Yamato and Taichi and all the original kids. So I think that it was basically fan-funded. It was called voting with your wallet.
I was gonna say, do you think that the merchandise sale was precisely proportional to the quality of the movie, like animation you were gonna get?
What do you mean?
I mean, like if they because they announced it and they started releasing merchandise. Do you think that if merchandise sales weren't so good, once you hit like the third or the fourth one, the animation quality would start dying? Evangelion style, where it's just all pencil drawings?
I think they have some. They obviously have some budget because
No, their budget now is clearly
it's
amazing.
Toei, so yeah, they have.
But because of like merchandise sales, do you think if the merchandise sales had not spiked and instead had not done anything, that they would actually like the animation would have tanked?
Well, if merchandise didn't sell well, I don't think they would have done this many movies.
But they announced them.
No, they said new Digimon coming spring 20.
Oh, so you think instead there would have only been one?
Yeah, I think it was how much stuff they sold to said, okay, what are we going to do? And I don't think they realised it to sell this well, and that's why there were 6. And it took I think it was announced to be spring 2015, but it came out it was going to come out in April, and it ended up coming out in November.
What is this, Homestuck?
Yes. Yeah, so instead of coming out April, it came out in November. So I think they said, well, we have all this money now because some dumb 20-year-olds want to spend all their money on Digimon. I'm talking about myself, by the way.
I really want to be in the meeting at Toei where it's like a boardroom and there's very serious businessmen, and one guy solemnly gets up, goes to the board, and it's got like a sheet over it, and he pulls it off, and it's just big red letters says, "Got him!" And then everyone goes, "Yeah!" And you hear like, "Dur, dur, dur, dur," and they start shooting like confetti
They've got
everywhere.
movie sellers. And then they'll say, okay, this is how we definitely know it'll sell. We're going to release watches with the Digivice on them. And then everyone f***ing buys it.
That's a terrible idea. I can't believe you bought them, actually.
They're really cool, okay?
And
they're much bigger than I want them to be.
The last thing that happens in the 6 minutes is that all the kids are meeting under the bridge, and Mako shows up, and they're talking to her, and then Matt has some kind of argument with Gabumon or something, and then it ends.
Because Yamada's just angry. Oh, we also know that Goemon's there, but Joe's... The other Japanese that I picked up was Goemon saying something along the lines of "Joe wa benkyou shite imasu," which I probably said that incorrectly, but he basically says Joe is studying, or someone says "Where's Joe?" and he says "Benkyou," like study, something like that.
Yeah, well, that would make sense.
But we already knew that because he's Joe. If he's not being somewhere, he's studying.
If Joe is studying so hard, why is he doing so bad at school?
Exactly. He's becoming a Hufflepuff. The claw has become the puff. I think about Harry Potter a lot.
I can't sandbag you on the air. You just edited it out.
I thought you decided you were just going to say sandbag, 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 sandbag.
It is a kind of fun running joke, but I have to remember to do it.
I have to edit both these podcasts tomorrow.
Enjoy that.
We have a 2-hour long podcast, a 2.5 hour long podcast, and this to edit.
And then you have an episode we're recording that night.
Yeah, so, well...
We're doing too much recording. It's ridiculous.
It's just this week. It's just this weekend.
We release too much content.
To be fair, I didn't expect the Tri-PV to come out.
LostinTranslationmon at patreon.com for all this content. That is not the address. That couldn't be.
No, it's patreon.com/LostinTranslationmon.
Oh, that should have been intuitive.
Yeah.
I should have picked that up.
It's not an email.
It could be.
But yeah, so I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something. Yeah, I knew it was they were going to do like a special stream, but I think I pushed it to back of my mind, or for some reason I thought it was going to be on the 15th of February instead of now. So I completely forgot about the PV, the stream's existence until I woke up this morning and everyone was talking about the PV that came out, and I was just like, well, I'm going to go for my run, then I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to see if it's good enough to make a special episode on, and then I'm going to rope Jay into doing a special episode.
It's better than the Persona 5 streams. The Persona 5 streams last 4 hours, and they only show something right at the end.
Apparently it was like that.
Oh.
They show the PV and the thing at the end. For the rest of it, they were talking about new merch that they were going to release.
Oh, that it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
I'll also link what merch was announced in the show notes. Basically, cosplay and Black Gabumon and Black Agumon figures are going to be on the Bandai Premium store.
Blagumon.
Blagumon and
we're done talking about it. I'm just going to leave.
Okay, I guess I'll wrap up on my own. Alright.
Bye.
Alright, so Jay's walked off. He's had enough of this. He's gone to play Dota or Hearthstone or read a comic book because he's a nerd and I'm much cooler having a Digimon podcast. So our next episode, I'm not sure if I'll probably put maybe this one out before the Digimon the Movie Part 3 episode, so yeah, look out for that. We're also going to have a Valentine's Day episode focusing on evolution into the unknown, Armor Evolution into the Unknown. And we're going to have some interesting, fantastic, wonderful special guest hosts, which I'm going to leave as a surprise. Because I love them and I want everyone to be, yay, surprise! But not too much of a surprise, because I did just say that we were having guest hosts and that there were hosts, which means more than one. So yeah, that's a thing. The show notes will be linked in the description. Thanks to our fantastic, lovely, wonderful, loyal, very wonderful, and lots of other positive describing adjectives. That's a word. I'm tired. So we've got Sophie Padamon, who you can follow on Twitter, Sophie